woke up at dawn with the pelicans in flight. Coffee brewing strong by dawn's early light. Waves whisper secrets to my open heart. The life around this water gets me off to a great start. Parrots wild, squawking loud in the old palm tree. Dolphin smiles, brighter than the Texas sun on me. We chase simple dreams, nothing fancy or grand, just honest days in this promised land. God gives rainbow horizons to those in this happy lane. Diamonds dancing on the waves, back sparkling again. Honest living, a pursuit of peace, family ties and the happiness we seek. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. Living each moment, giving truth from the heart. No deceptions woven, no false starts. Goes like a front porch, swaying in the ocean breeze. Watching the sunset fade away with pink and blue ease. Teach the young ones right from wrong with care. Hold them close when the world's unfair. In this Gulf Coast life, we find our way, building memories that never stray. Oh, rainbow horizons after the rain. Diamonds dancing on the waves back again. Honest living in pursuit of peace. Family ties and the happiness we see. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. When the night falls quiet and stars shine bright, I thank the Lord for this humble light, for the flag that waves and the grace from above, filling our hearts with endless love. No riches compare to the peace we found in the tides we ride and the love all around. No rainbow horizons after the rain. Diamonds dancing on the waves back again. Honest living in pursuit of peace. Family ties and the happiness we seek. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons forever free. Yeah. Your rainbow horizons calling to me.
Hi, everybody. I hope that you are all doing very well. I myself am fabulous, and it is a Friday night, which is amazing. And I hope that you guys all have something fun planned to do this weekend. What I hope that you will not do is, waste the weekend bickering. You know what I mean? That would be a really, really great plan. And Kat keeps on persevering is the first one, the winner, the first thumbs up. Thank you, Kat, for that. Hey, Holly S. So good to see you. Um, and now if you can keep up. Okay, well, look, this is gonna be simple. This is easy. Um, there are people in the world who they just believe that they're living in a, like an Al Pacino mobster kind of movie, right? They think that they're the star of the next Scarface, correct? No, the reality is people don't live like that, but most people want just a healthy, happy, normal life, right? People don't enjoy going around threatening people with any manner of harm, like threatening them with assault, threatening to punch somebody's eye, threatening to, you know, uh, go real life and take someone's job. Can you imagine that someone as innocent and angelic and sweet as you know who would literally threaten to take someone's job? Or what about all of those people in that channel who are saying, oh, we're going to help you take her job? We're going to help you get her fired. Gosh, there seems to be a paucity of integrity in that channel. You know what I mean? You know, your words were threatening in a very direct way that made me curious. Do you understand like what you're saying? Do you understand the process? Discovery is a terrible thing for people that have a very messy and questionable history. Discovery is well, you could say that's the keys to the kingdom. You know what I mean? And when you make a blatant threat online, such as, oh, that person, I'm going to get them fired. I'm going to take their job. You've just committed a crime. You don't even know that, do you? But aren't you true crime? Aren't you the queen of true crime? No, you're the queen of drama. You're the queen of zero boundaries. You threatened me in a way that simply made you, it just shone a spotlight on the fact that you really don't understand what you're saying. A diagnosis, that's an actual, it's a process of determination. It is a specific set of steps to gather information, historical data, physical examination, testing, using standardized instruments that allow a professional to take that data from your answers and to compare them against greater population. And then you make there is a statistical decision about whether your set of responses was consistent with the majority of the population, or that your set of responses is so far outside of what normal people, or what the average normal population would be, that we would say that it is statistically significantly different than the sample or the population that you're trying to measure. So you say, oh, you better, I'm gonna hurt you if you diagnose me. There's a whole lot of problems with that. First of all, it's not nice. It's just not nice to threaten people. You know what I mean? It is also categorically impossible, 100% impossible. Can't be done that someone, a stranger who has no knowledge of your private life, could even achieve that miracle to diagnose you. Let's be really clear here. A medical determination of the nature and cause of a disease or a condition, it is reached through a process. You know what process means, Britt? Process means a methodical, start to finish set of steps designed with a priori knowledge to collect very specific information to make a determination whether what you are experiencing is so far outside of what would normally be expected among the majority of the population that it is statistically significantly different. Then you can make a diagnosis. It takes a long time to make a diagnosis, actually. Hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. Conversation, questioning, instruments to be filled out, instruments to be analyzed, not historical data, archival data. It's a big deal. It's a lot of work. You gather data, information from medical history, educational history, social history, physical examination, any manner of diagnostic test related to how fast you think, how bad is how good is your ability for focused attention. There's all kinds of tests. That's just to get data points. Then you take those data points, Britt, and you analyze them to determine whether certain behaviors or situations have significance. After a rigorous process of data collection, getting evidence together, which does include actually old educational records, previous diagnoses, medical records, sometimes things like CPS records. After you gather the data, then you take that available evidence and you reach a conclusion, a specific identification of a specific condition or disease. And the reason that people do diagnoses is to guide appropriate treatment so that one's health can be managed effectively. Now, why? Because you're brilliant. Why am I explaining this to you? Oh, because you threatened me. That's why. Because you threatened me, and because the enablers in your chat threatened my job. You see, you guys are the ones who seem to say, oh, my feelings are hurt. I need to go real life. My feelings are hurt. So now I want to invade your private life and I want to harm you. You said something I didn't like, and therefore you should be fired from your job. I mean, I didn't say these things. You said these things and did these things. But even that, well, to be fair, it's mildly amusing, okay? Shocking, sure. Disappointing, yes. But just slightly amusing when you compare it to the one single fact that neither you nor the faceless voice in the background of your lives nor the horrible people in your side chat that want to go real life and hurt people. There's one thing that none of you can explain away. One thing. It also happens to be the thing that you just simply pretend that no one is saying. Here's the absolute truth for number one, my decision to get the hell away from what was going on in your channel. And number two, to say, it is my opinion that you lie at will, and you don't care who you hurt when you do that. And in my life, that the only kind of people that do that are bad people. You know what I mean? The one thing that stands out to me, there's one fact, and everything has gotten very messy, right? Everything has gotten very messy with people angry and attacking each other and screaming back and forth, and all of that is messy, and you like it that way. That's the way you want it to be. You like the mess because it makes things complicated. When it's messy, when people's feelings are involved and they're screaming and there's accusations, you benefit, don't you? But there is something that rises to the top, Brittany, that all your messy bullshit cannot distract from. One absolute raw fact that reveals the truth about all of this, whether you want lawsuits, whether you want to try to put people in jail, there's only one truth here that rises above all of this loud noise, and it's this: you did it. The recording is out there. You took a private citizen, a private person, a person who is not on social media at all. You took this person and you went back into their history when they were a minor child, a little kid. And you looked for what any normal human being would say is something that this person should be protected to the ends of the earth and back. And you did not feel any human emotion to say, I need to protect this young girl's story. I don't have a right to use her story for my childish, silly YouTube drama. I don't have a right to that, because this was this little girl in this story is real. It's a real person. You never thought of that. You never considered that. All you considered was this: I hate her mom. I just hate her mom. And I'm going to hurt her mama. This will get her good. I'll make her sorry. You did that. And any mom or sister or daughter, son, uncle, dad would go, no, gross. Absolutely not. You do not cross that line. Except you did. And there were accusations about that, and I kept hearing these accusations, and I kept thinking, "I don't believe that. I don't think she would do that. I don't think anybody would do that. It's too awful." And I made myself look like a fool, actually, on hindsight. You did do it because I heard the clip. I heard the recording. You did do it. It doesn't matter. There's no explanation. That it is exactly what you did. Exactly. And you also said, "I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that." Oh, I'm sorry, you did. And I understand you're under a lot of pressure, and I understand that you've got a narrative going with your attorney. And I do get all that. But this isn't about like, I need to run to a judge. I'm such a weak human being that I need to go and get $8,000 of my subscribers' money and go and hire an attorney to make everybody stop telling the truth about me. Why would you need a courtroom when people are showing your lives, but they're just showing your lives? They're responding to what you're actually saying and doing. Do you realize that? They're not making up lies about you, but you went real life. You punch people in the head, and then you say, "Oh, I had the right to do that." No, you did not. Absolutely not. And I have a lot of faith in humanity, and I do believe in my heart and soul that there's a lot of really good people that when they really stop and they really stop to think about what really started this, what you really actually did, there's a lot of those people that are going to sit back and go, "Oh man, that is nasty. That is some nasty business to take a little kid who had this nightmare event, but then drudge it up. I don't even know how long, 15, 20 years later, drudge it up so that you, Brittany, can have some drama. You just needed some YouTube drama, didn't you? And it didn't matter who you had to sacrifice to do that. You you somehow believe that you can just punch people in the nose and nobody is going to have a reaction. Nobody gets a say so in it, right? You did do that. I heard the recording myself. You did do it. And you can create all kinds of side drama. You can try to you can try to do your foolish, "Oh, don't you diagnose me." I'm sorry. I Stop. That's silly. You are in fact a public person. You made yourself a public person years ago. You you know that you are out in the public sphere, social media. You know you are willingly doing that. That little girl did not. Y- This whole reaction channel genre, this is a thing on YouTube. This is a whole entire genre on YouTube, in the same way that true crime is, in the same way that the drama community is, in the same way that the Knitting community is a genre. Reaction videos are a thing. People watch the creator and they talk about it. They talk about the effects. They talk about the impact. They talk about it. And that was all fine and dandy with you until you didn't like what they were saying. You kept saying, I'm a true crime creator. I'm a true crime creator. And every single night you go live and you punch someone else in the proverbial nose. I can't, in my mind, I cannot figure out what it will be like for a judge to listen to this and go, wait a minute, this chick is giving just what she's getting. So where's the damages? You poked people. You, I don't know, well, all I got to say is this. For what you did to someone who is not a public person, someone who is not a social media influencer or creator, someone who categorically lives a private life, you thought because of your hate for her family member, you thought you would make fodder. You would make YouTube drama out of something that the whole rest of the world would rush to protect. Not you. You felt entitled because you don't like her family member. You did that. You did that. You're no victim. You're just mean. You're no victim. You just want to be the drama queen. You want to be crowned the best drama queen. All right, you win. Fine. You're the meanest. You're the dirtiest. You're the most hateful. You're the most psychopathic. Whatever you want to be, whatever's going to make you feel happy with yourself, you got it. But what day, what life will you stand there and say, actually, I did take a private citizen, a private person, and use their life history to hurt some lady that I don't like. It doesn't get any worse, in my opinion. In my opinion, normal women want to protect. They want to help. And they certainly don't believe, aha, now I've got some real ammo. Yeah, you got your ammo, all right. You did. Yeah, you get the prize. You get the prize. It is hard to understand what is happening with you. But there is another reality here. And here's the other reality. When you don't attack other people and put your fingertips into their eyeballs, they don't have any reason to strike out at you. Now, I didn't threaten you. I didn't wish harm on you. In fact, I showed concern for you. I made no attempt to diagnose. I can't. I don't even know you. If you walked up to me in a store, I wouldn't have any idea who you are because you have so many filters. I don't know what you really look like in real life. So spare me the drama. Let's only consider facts. You threatened me. Your side chat threatened me. Let's get that right first. And I don't feel the need to threaten you. I don't feel the need to come at you and try to hurt you in real life or try to do things that would, be bad for you. I have zero desire for that. I have zero need for that. Zero. But I do want to be clear on the facts, because all this messy threats, yelling, all of that noise, it obscures the facts. And here's my truth. This is my fact. This is me. Anyone that would weaponize a little kid for any reason, for any end, whatever the ending desire goal is, it to me, that is a person who is not worthy of my time or my support at all. And I also think, and again, this is my opinion, someone who would be willing to hurt a kid, someone who would be absolutely willing to do that, so that they can be crowned the YouTube drama queen. This is a person that I probably would not trust to be truthful about anything at all. I think you're mad, and I think the reason that you're angry is because the truth has come out, which I didn't have anything to do with. I think you are angry and you are under pressure because, as you said yourself, you've got to put together a whole new channel. You're just going to rebrand, right? It's your business. But it never, ever erases the reality of what I heard in that recording. I know what I heard. And all of your threats, all of your nasty, hateful attacks, all of your lies, attacking good people, attacking parents who are trying to protect their children, all of that messy, loud nonsense, it doesn't hide the one thing that I know to be absolute truth. And the absolute truth is that you felt no need, you felt no desire whatsoever to protect a kid. None. You did exactly the opposite. You ignored a kid. You discarded the privacy of that kid. For what? So that you could be the queen of mean. Oh, yeah. The girl who shows up, yeah, it'll be so sad. Oh, everybody's so mean to me. Mask is off. and you know it. You're not even pretending anymore. You're not even pretending to be that nice little sweet Southern, girl. You're not even pretending anymore. You are threatening everyone, Brittany. You're threatening everyone. What in the world do you think that looks like? It is, you are saying that this large group of people that are unconnected to each other, they're unaffiliated with one another. You're saying that all of them are working together in connection to bring you down. Why? Why would that be happening? That is foolish. No, these are all people that you have threatened. These are all people that you have put your finger in the proverbial eye. Okay, I hope that this was illuminating for you. No one is making a diagnosis nor even attempting a diagnosis. And you did threaten, and your side chat threatened. I am entitled to an opinion about your public behavior. The things that you are saying and doing as your camera is running. I can have an opinion about that. It's okay if I have an opinion about that, especially when I'm remorseful and sorry that I believed things about people that were not true. That I did not wait or look for the evidence of truth. That I blindly believed you. I made an active choice, and I was absolutely wrong. So I do have an opinion. I have an opinion about my part. I have an opinion about me befriending somebody that I, am sorry that I let that happen. I am able to have that opinion. And in no way does that reflect anything about me or the kind of work that I do. My YouTube has nothing to do with my job. Nothing. Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do actually. The way that you just attack people, threats all around. You threaten people with their jobs. Where will all this end? Like, what do you think is going to happen here? How do you think this is all going to unfold? I mean, you're aware, right? You're aware that your channel is public. Is that accurate? That if you go in front of your camera, you turn your microphone on, you talk, you show things, you know that people are watching. Is that true? So why are you surprised when people have an opinion about it? It is this has been really, really surprising to watch, actually. Not fun. Definitely not fun. The exact opposite of fun. Really disappointing for sure. Infuriating, yes. And so confusing. Like, I don't know how you feel like you have a leg to stand on in a court of law, actually, when it's all over the place, you threatening people. weaponizing a kid. What do you think you're going to accomplish? What, that nobody is going to be able to watch your live and have an opinion about it? Is that what you think is going to happen? Oh, wow. I live a few miles from you. In the state of Virginia, people were playing these games and an officer got killed. It ended up 19 people sent to prison and 23 in another town. Wow, that is horrible. You cannot sit on a public platform and share your thoughts and feelings and then act surprised when those watching have a reaction. Yeah, I think thank you for saying that. I think that is one of the things that I'm mystified by. I'm mystified by the fact that she is knowingly going live. She knows the camera's on. She knows her voice is being broadcast. She spends 2, 3, 4, 5 hours live commenting mostly on drama. And then when someone has an opinion about the things that she's saying or doing, she says now it's time to get a court involved, that she is being threatened. You're being threatened? People are watching your lives, but isn't that why you're doing them? You know that you're live. You know, it's, yeah, very, very strange. And frankly, not anything that that I care about watching or seeing or anything like that. But my truth is, I can't get away from the fact that a grown person with children of their own believed that it was okay, that it was understandable, that she was entitled to take the history, the private history of a child and use it to harm the mother whom she just doesn't like. That is what it comes down to. This doesn't have to be complicated and hard to understand, although with all the threats and, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to take you to jail, I'm going to sue you. With all of that, it is designed to create confusion. It is designed to obscure the simple facts. But I'll keep repeating the simple facts, because that is all that matters, is the person, the type of person that thinks that what you did was okay. And that includes the people in your side chat that threatened to get me fired. It's really quite shocking. Don't threaten me again. You may not like the result. It's just it's so nasty. It's so petty. But again, I don't even care about all the noise. I don't care about all the yeah. The truth is, you did do it. You denied it. You denied it to your chat. They're choosing to believe you. You did do it. I am fully, it is a fact that you did. It is a fact. All right, y'all. They named the serial killer, well, the non-serial killer in Houston, They identified a couple more people. Their name, not that they found new bodies, but they got their names and stuff. Still, there's far more unidentified, and oh, thank you. Yeah, hey, Diamond. No, I'm not. I'm completely, I'm nauseated by the whole thing, right? I'm nauseated by how awful it is. And I find it so it's embarrassing, I think. Well, no. Okay, let me restate that. I would be embarrassed. Okay. I would think one would be embarrassed that they were so filled with hate for another YouTube creator, that they were so filled with hate, that they were so angry that they willingly hurt someone badly. It should be embarrassing. It should be really embarrassing to you, but it's not, because you are the perpetual victim. You don't have time to worry about your victims, do you? You don't have time to get all bogged down in the people you hurt. It's only about, y'all can't talk about me. I can go live. I can stay live for hours and hours with the camera on. And if people point things out about me and about my condition while I'm live, then I'm just going to sue you. It's just remarkable. And again, that's your business. That is your business. But the simple fact, you did say it. You sure did. You did do it. And that's everything I need to know about you. How are you, Amy? Never commented here. Very manipulated over there to keep the audience from looking at the hate channels and seeing the other side. It's incredibly parasocial. I fear for the younger ones realizing that they have been manipulated. It's a tough thing to deal with if you're not ready for it. You very absolutely agree with everything you said. Yeah, terrible. It's terrible. And there is that active campaign. Don't go listen to the dark side. Don't go over to the hate channels to hear what they're saying. And you want to hear something even, I mean, I'm trying to be, I wish I could just like say everything I want to say, but I really can't do that. The person that BJ is suing, the person that she has gone to a court and has said, I'm in fear of my life. I am in fear of bodily injury. There is a man out there in the world and he wants to do me physical harm. Now, she tried to be sneaky. She tried to get a judge to grant the protective order, sight unseen. And thankfully, the judge was like, this is nonsense. Nobody's in immediate, imminent danger. Bullshit. You will come to the courtroom and you will bring your evidence with you, right? The man that is having to go into a court and defend himself, get this. This is just like the crown and glory to how sleazy. I think, in my opinion, she is. The guy that would have been the protector of Brittany's victim, the man that protected Brittany's victim from the time that she was a little girl, a man that devoted his life, that's who Brittany is choosing to bring into court. Can you believe that? The guy that stepped up to the plate to do exactly the right thing and to protect a young family. You literally said he was a danger to you, you liar. You manipulative liar. Yeah. I don't know how it gets any worse, Brittany. I don't know how it gets any worse. And you sat there in your channel and you told those people that support you, I never said those things. I didn't do it. I didn't talk about it. They're lying. They're the dark side. You did say it. You did. And you are taking that dad into court. You lied to the judge and said that you were in danger, physical harm. No, you're not. You just don't like what people think about your lives. You don't like that people are doing reaction videos to the things that you're saying and doing on your channel. That is what you don't like. And you have proven to me and everyone in your side chat, you know no bounds to what you're willing to do. You are willing to do anything you have to do to stop people from talking about your lives. You did these things. They're not making up lies. And you're literally, you tried to take a guy who in no way threatened you, in no way is following you around. You are, it is shocking. But hey, you don't have anything to lose, do you? All you did is get your $8,000 from your mods and your subscribers, and the poor manipulated things gave it to you without thought, without thinking about the facts. It's just, this is so basically wrong that it's the kind of thing that makes you just want to say, ugh, I need away from YouTube. I don't ever want to be here again. This is just so nasty and so awful and gross. Yeah, and the filing is free. The C&D's free, right? And it's none. It's not any. No. I'm with you, Pegs. And I'm trying to be very, very clear and simple. I know why I believe what I believe, and I've explained that. And there's a lot of noise, and it's very messy, and that makes it hard to see the facts, right? I'm focused on one dramatically important fact. And that is that there is a private citizen whose private, personal, legally off limits information was weaponized for YouTube bullshit. That is all I need to know. That tells me everything. And that's all that matters. But I mean, $8,000 can buy a lot of stuff, you know? And that is another, I've talked about that in other lives, just that it's, the true crime discussion channels used to be very interesting, and they were all over the place, right? And you just don't, that's been taken over. It's been destroyed by all this drama. So, yeah, just wish we weren't losing all these true crime channels to drama, because I think the drama is so boring. Now there aren't any good true crime channels. So one excellent channel, of course, is Colby Ryan. He's doing great content. So if you haven't seen him, his channel's awesome. And Peter Tragos, what is it? The Lawyer, Scott Reich. But those are really clear examples of, those are professional attorneys, right? And they're commenting on what their professional stuff is. But previously, there was a big group of people that just enjoyed like watching the trials and then talking about that day's testimony. And that is, I think that's what's disappearing, right? Is just the small, just regular citizens, not professional commentators or attorneys, but just the viewers of court TV, if you will. Those channel, Grizzly True Crime, that's an excellent example. Yeah. So there's still options, but I know what you mean. That discussion kind of camaraderie it's been terribly disrupted by how awful all of this has been. Yeah, Christmas is coming. Excellent point. Christmas is coming. They've already given $8,000 for lawsuits. I don't know how they're going to buy Christmas presents for her family. It's going to be hard. Yes, sweet Melissa. Yep. Thank you. Web Sleuth with Trisha is excellent. Our legislators better catch up quick with this brave new world of YouTube. Some things are so aberrant, they should be illegal with mandatory penalties. Yep. Like violating the privacy of a minor child. How about that? There's a reason that kind of stuff is kept secret and hidden in court files, right? Be interesting at night to know how that information came to light. So disgusting. So disgusting. I don't know. I just don't know. Emily D. Baker, she's the queen, isn't she? Yeah, she's awesome. I fear we will lose online public access. The Supreme Court says we have open courts, but that can mean we have to physically go. Yeah, and the truth is, Army, Ohio, like Colorado, they don't put any of their court proceedings online. You have to be there. Now, like Barry Morphew, there was a lot of online interest. They did this big search, and they did open up you had to go to the fairgrounds because the courtrooms are really, really small, right? but they did open up the court, the like county fair ground, and they had a huge television projector screen, and so they streamed the live proceedings into the barn. So and they had a bunch of seats, set up, and you could watch the testimony that way. But none of it was allowed to be recorded, and none of it was, aired online. And I suspect I think they'll do a similar thing this go around in Alamosa. Yeah, Florida, they put their trials online. Texas does not. I think Texas does opening statements and closing statements sometimes. Yeah, Idaho, that they didn't want to put up the Vallow Daybell trials, but they kind of, there was such a, there were so many victims spread out across the United States. I think they felt, pressure to do that. So no, I think the courts are trying to come to terms with, do we really want trials to be entertainment? I guess. I mean, I hesitate to say entertainment, but people are quite intrigued about the unknown, right? I don't know. Well, we'll have to see, how it all unfolds. I know Florida, they have the sunshine laws, and so their trials are out in the open front, start to finish. I think the same is true with North Carolina. I don't know. They were pretty open with their large purchases right after the fundraiser. There were phones, computers, laptops, smartwatch, smart ring tablets, a new refrigerator. It was awful. It was awful for the people that gave money to the tune of $8,000, and then to have that, just have your nose thumbed. I bought it on credit. No, wait. That's not the point. It's not the point that it was on credit or cash. The point is, you wanted to bring a lawsuit. You wanted to do that. And you had your mods and subscribers give you cash to do that. But then you turn around and buy watches and refrigerators. It's frankly, I can say this. It's surprising that she doesn't understand why people were shocked by that. She really doesn't understand it. And I think that's interesting. Many other minor children included in that too, because there were other child victims. Have mixed feelings. Much less drama when it's not online. It also means shenanigans like with Judge Gohl in the Delphi case was definitely an argument for public open trials, right? I agree. I don't know what the answer is. It all seems very complicated. But at the end of the day, I do think that in terms of people's safety and their own rights, if I was standing trial for something, I would want all eyes on the judge and the attorneys and the law enforcement. I would want it public. And a good example is Judge Gohl, right? It's hard to know if they can even get there, Cinnamon, because I think a lot of that is just like it's the team mentality, right? It's not really support for the individual creator. It is, these are my friends. This is my channel. These are my people. and they feel like they're protecting their group. But boy, to overlook that egregious violation of someone's like privacy from their childhood, to be willing to overlook that, please don't call yourself true crime. Please don't. You are not even thinking about it. My daughter was missing for 6 weeks. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't dare share the information, even for help online, from what I saw with the wild speculation and blaming parents of missing children's parents. And I agree. And I've been a part of that. And I'm doing a lot of soul searching right now. I'm doing a lot of soul searching. I'm rethinking this whole thing. It's scary. Barry was so crazy to unalive his beautiful wife just for his ego. I don't think it was his ego. I think it was survival. I think he was trying to preserve his way of life and he panicked. Oh, you're definitely not alone. I've seen other people say, no way do I want this information out on YouTube and Twitter. And yeah. Hey, Justice Jane, good to see you. Always report your missing child. Do not listen to the idiots. Well, Army, Ohio, I hope that everything turned out okay. And don't say, I respect your privacy. I hope that everything worked out. And I think that's the truth, crying out loud. I think most people that do like to follow the trials and they like the true crime stuff, I think they just like mysteries. They like to consider the possibilities, right? Or even to go looking for clues, right? I think you're right. I think it's a certain type of person. If we're not watching trials on, court TV, then we would be reading, Nancy Drew novels when we were teenagers. I think it's just a certain type of personality. Would love for you to talk about the Netflix special Unknown Number. It blows my mind. Would love your opinion on it. It is a crazy, a heartbreaking situation for sure when you consider what the daughter experienced, right? And the husband. Unfortunately, I think that I think the mom really was jealous. I think the mom believed that she was in a relationship with her daughter's boyfriend, if you know what I'm talking about. And I also don't think that this was a mom that was so deeply in love with her daughter. And no, I think she intentionally was trying to break up her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend because she felt like the boyfriend belonged to her. And I think she is criminal. But there are other examples of this same type of story. June, I think this made it to Netflix because there were people that were willing to talk about it, as opposed to the natural reaction. Most families sort of circle the wagon and shut down any conversation about what had happened, right? So yeah, I do think that would be interesting to talk about, that type of phenomenon, right? Because we always do think of moms and dads being devoted to their children and protecting their kids and making the right choices. And sometimes people's psychopathology gets in the way of being a normal parent. So, yeah, I think that would be a great topic. Thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate that. The internet is the Wild West. It is the Wild West. Thank you. The things I've seen here, ugh, horrible. Just look at all the conspiracy theories from both the left and the right regarding Charlie Kirk. Everyone wants to be an expert and be the one to gotcha, right? I think that's one of the things about Candace Owen that I'm kind of grappling with. Has she become like the biggest conspiracy theorist online? And I'm not talking about with just the Charlie Kirk thing, because she was friends with him. She did have a private, a personal relationship with him. She knew the family and all that. But even before that, her stuff began to be very like National Enquirer-esque, right? Kind of, she did the background stories and would find things that nobody else could find. That I'm not saying I don't think she lied. I think she was putting this information together. But not everything is a conspiracy, right? Like there are just some people behaving badly. They're just bad people. They're just making bad decisions. The story that unfolded with Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte, she took it to places that really were very hard to believe. I'm not saying she lied. I'm not saying I think everything she said, her people double and triple checked it. Please don't misunderstand me. But maybe there were some liberties taken for how to interpret the information she was finding, because it ultimately, where did it lead to? It ultimately led to Macron and Brigitte were born in this tiny little mountain town where everybody is a devil worshiper. It got crazy. I'm not saying it was a lie. Please don't think I'm calling her a liar. I'm not. I'm just saying I love wild speculation. In fact, I used to do wild speculation Fridays, okay? I don't have a problem with wild speculation. In fact, I used to say, wild speculation. I'm good with it. It's fun to speculate, okay? But it's a little hard for me to believe that the president of France and his wife came from a small little mountain town of devil worshippers. Okay? I just can't. I'm open-minded. I'm free-spirited, but I'm not that free-spirited. Not to mention the eating good and getting takeout. It's so expensive and it adds up quickly. Yeah, absolutely. She's got a good amount before she started the GiveSendGo too. It's well over 8,000. That is mind-boggling to me. My brain, I just can't get that. It's just so crazy. No shame, zero shame. I don't even think there's any personal awareness, and that's why there is no shame. I think she feels completely entitled. Oh, yeah. Don't forget Bath and Body Works shopping. Oh, please. Girl, I want you to know the soap right now in my bathroom is Ivory soap because I can't afford Bath and Body Works. Okay. And I work like a real job. Well, at least until Brittany and her cronies get me fired. Okay. I hope you guys will advocate for me and tell them not to get me fired. A con man is a con man is a con man is a con woman. BJ doesn't care what anyone thinks about her spending. No, she gets angry when other, like when people would bring it up in chat, she would get mad at them. Pam Smart. Pam Smart. What was the Pam Smart trial? Pam Smart? I know of Elizabeth Smart. I need to look up Pam Smart. I didn't heard of it either. I got a delivery coming in the morning. Did I tell you that?
What?
I have a delivery coming in the morning.
Yeah.
I think it's at 9. 9. It'll be in from the grocery store. Let's see who is. Whoops. Oh, I'm not going to be able to because my computer's overheating. Oh, look at there. I need a new computer and I don't have anybody give me $8,000 to do that. Do not. I repeat, I was being a smart ass. Do not do a super chat. Do not. Okay. All I got to do is restart my computer and then the thing goes away. So I was making a joke only, please. Teacher who got her high school student to kill her husband. Yowzer. It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno. Hey, been there, done that. Diamond Paw. Kroger has good clearance sections. I found decent soap, so I stocked up. Very nice. Good, day by day. Candace Owens used to be a crazy liberal, and she's acting like one. She says it like 3 times, like she's trying to brainwash. Things got really weird with the Macrons. That was pretty. In fact, one day I was listening and I literally said out loud to an empty room, "Oh, for God's sake, Karen, stop watching this nonsense." And I turned it off and walked away from the computer. Told him he needs a computer for TikTok. He didn't want one. You just got to listen. What? Are you saying that God told Mr. Brittany that he needed a computer, a new computer for TikTok? Wow. Who wants to worry about walking on water when you can get God talking to you about your social media activity? Fun. Oh, yeah. Candace is getting loads of views, Critter Watcher. Absolutely. Bath and Body Works. It's not about the $4. It's about how she just spends without thinking and then asks for dollars. That's a luxury, not a necessity. Absolutely agree. He said that on TikTok. That is crazy. He's a prophet. Lord. That Last Supper, eh? That would be a trip. Did you hear the orders were for both No, I heard that they were just for Cletus. Is that different, B. Frank? I mean, did it include her? God, that's so weird that somebody would say that God wanted you to have a computer for TikTok, no less. He hears God's voice and sees the signs of the end times. That's why he's the watchman. What? Good Lord. The Walmart soap game. You are ahead of the game, girl. You are winning. Clue did get one. It came separately from Cletus. Pam Smart was one of the first televised trials my dad and grandma and I gathered around and watched every minute. It was the sexy substitute that tricked her teenage lovers into killing her husband. Is that did Nicole Kidman do a movie about that? Am I thinking about the wrong thing? God, we are flirting. We are flirting with blasphemy, no cult for me. God is telling me that I need a jacuzzi immediately. What, you know what I think, no cult for me? I know just the place for you to get it. Go right over there to Brittany J's channel and tell all of those subscribers that God is speaking to you and that they need to give you $8,000 for a jacuzzi. It just may work. You never know. I have always bought fragrance-free Dove. I love the Ivory soap, and Dove bars are the same, right? She confirmed today that she got one. Wow. That's disgusting, man. You are disgusting. You are a horrible person. Proud Islander, some would say that is called hallucinations, not divine intervention. Piddling Bill? Piddling Bill's going to sleep. He's had a big day. Her spending is very immature, like a teenager that only wants to spend their money on fun things that they want, but they use their parents' money on the things they need. That, thank you. Very good explanation, right? You want to get into the middle of a lawsuit against multiple people, but you don't want to use your money to do it? That is very insightful, DJ. Thank you for that. I'm Jewish. I always joke we didn't get the second book. No spoilers. That is very funny. Oh, Army, Ohio. Uh-oh. Cinnamon Hot overdrafted her account. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, Cinnamon. I guess you did not have the honor of seeing his old YouTube content. I did not. No, God spared me that special hell. So did you see it, Audacity? Oh, you know it is, Army, Ohio. Yeah, you know it is. I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad. I hope that they can demonstrate that the person seeking a protection order is the very person that violated their child's privacy. They would kick me out if I did that. I have bars of Ivory soap in my bathroom and kitchen. I love Ivory. That's my favorite, Cat. My favorite. I love Ivory soap. Yeah. I know it's kind of mean, but with them being silent about it all, I'd be scared what is coming if I were BJ. And I love that for her. Look, let's be just honest about this, okay? Who do you think has the temperament and the intelligence to do the right thing? Okay? My money goes with Cluminati and Cletus. They are smart. They know what they're doing. They're going to hire the best that their money. They don't have to get other people to pay, but their money. They're going to follow the advice of real attorneys to a T. And never forget this. They were the ones victimized. It's their child. If I were BJ, I would be terrified of Monday. Craig said, I quote, "I've got nothing but time and money." Oh, that is interesting. God, he's gross. So gross. My car had mechanical malfunction, so I went and bought a new one, cash price. Had nothing to do with God telling. I just knew it was time to buy a new car after 17 years of driving an old car. You did not need divine intervention, did you, day by day? God helps those who help themselves, and God gave you a brain, right? Agreed, Kat. It's a lot cheaper than Bath and Body Works for sure. Cinnamon, call your bank, and a lot of times you get a number of overrides on the fees. That is very good advice. Yeah, that's very good, DJ. I did see his old YouTube content. It's still up. Why doesn't he post on The Watchmen? Why doesn't he do that? Did he is it like a locked channel or yeah? Totally agree. No GoFundMe or gives and goes needed. Yeah, listen, just get ready for Christmas, guys, because you know what's going to happen at Christmas, don't you? I would appreciate it if you would go to my shopping list. My children need toys. I need you to buy my children toys for Christmas. I called them like 30 pennies in the red. They know better to let me float a check. Yeah, exactly. Nicole Kidman and Matt Dillon. I remember the movie. Yeah. So is the actual trial itself, is that on YouTube? Do you know? Like, would that be something we could watch? You reap what you sow in every way, right, Robin? Yep. And after everything, they had enough to go for her, and they did not. And they even said for so long they weren't coming for even her channel. I don't. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's so bizarre. I don't see a comment by Pegs. I'm so sorry. That hurts. Oh, yeah. So she was trying to get people to give money, saying how she needed it, for the lawsuit and all that. And Craig says, how much more do you need? I'll just pay for it. The talk, the rumor, or what they're saying is that he inherited a house and like $98,000. So right now he feels like a millionaire, I guess. I think he feels like that is like generational wealth, right? Um, but so I do think that's admirable that he's offering to pay the rest of it, right? I don't really have a problem him saying that. But the shocking thing was he's saying, I'll pay the other half of it, or I'll pay the rest of it, or whatever you need. And she said, don't say that. And she turned her microphone off. When she came back, then it was, I'd appreciate it if you could help. If I need your help, never expected, always appreciated. Oh, there's Pegs. I love your picture. I love your thumbnail, Pegs. Is that a little beagle? No, Cocker Spaniel. Pretty little dog. Beautiful. Did anyone ever watch the movie with Matt Dillon called The Pawn Shop Chronicles? What was that about, Cinnamon? Are you like a big Matt Dillon fan? I loved The Outsiders. One of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite books of all time. That is the big mystery, right? Very good question, boxers. A fool and their money are soon parted. It's way too easy to be irresponsible when spending other people's hard-earned cash. Perfectly said, DB. It's in North Carolina. Griftmas. Merry, Merry Griftmas. Yeah. Maybe we should do some Christmas cards, Junie. Maybe we need to make some Griftmas cards. That'd be fun, eh? The Griftmas beggars. I don't think. Wait, we'll let him. I've never seen anyone that jealous, not even an abusive, jealous ex that tried to kill me and told me what to wear was as jealous as she comes off. She doesn't like his music, though. She only wants cash, no toys for the children. She just needs your cash so she can go shopping to buy the right toy. Right? I don't know why she would need cash. He got lots of money in, right? I mean, that was a huge, he's never going to have to work again. That's a huge, huge inheritance. That's the kind of inheritance that changes lives. You know what I mean? That's it. That's the whole problem, isn't it? That's the whole problem. I give you my Social Security money and then I don't get to eat, but you get to file your lawsuit and buy rings and other shiny things. Wonder what Friday Night Fun is happening. Sheriff's helicopter is close enough to hear it. Oh, well, I hopefully they're just stopping in for donuts and there's no tragedy. Clue made many comments. She supports her family with her channel, so she didn't want to do that. All her lives are there to show that. Wow. I helped last Christmas, then started to see through the smoke and mirrors. I ran away from her channel when I realized she appeared to be celebrating Griftmas. BFAM, how many subs have you lost? She keeps saying all these people have unsubbed from your channel, but I feel like a lot has subbed. I don't understand what you're saying. I mean, I don't know is the answer. But isn't that kind of petty? Like, does it matter? I mean, I guess we could look very quickly. Let me see. Oh, shoot. I forgot. My computer's doing that weird thing. I'm going to have to restart. I can't Google anything right now. It is on YouTube. Let me look, because I believe that was one of the first televised trials. Oh, that would be good, Cinnamon. He didn't get the dollars yet, but it's 2 houses. Oh, I do not know. My SUV is worth more than both the houses. If you listen to 6 Hour Live, except she didn't, what she said was, I guess I should. Wow. But I do think they've been dipping into it, and it has to be replaced until the probate is closed. Maybe I'm misunderstanding your comment. I didn't understand that either. And I can't, so frustrating when my computer does this. Let me, he gets the house, but he has to do the last form. It's the hardest form to do. Oh, okay. They have it on YouTube under the Pamela Smart trial. Oh, we should watch that, Cinnamon. Lawyers are not cheap. Good lawyers are not cheap. They're not. I just looked on Google. They do consider it the first in full televised trial, 1991. Wow. We're going to totally watch that. They're coming for us, and she will correct herself if she says me or I. It has to be they are coming for us. Well, because then it creates the cult-like mentality, right? That it's not her channel. It's all the subscribers that have to take care of her. When you've never worked in your life and you've never had a real paycheck and have no idea what the value of money is, I guess 90,000 is a lot. I think you said that very well. I would agree with that. Sammy's girl, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I appreciate that you gifted a membership. You are very kind. Thank you so much. Looks like BFAM was banned and all BFAM's comments were removed. That's a shame, isn't it? It's a real shame. I barely have any left. I don't think I've lost any, have I? She's so weird. Oh, so weird. I love The Outsiders. Pawn Shop Chronicles was about a man whose wife gets kidnapped, and then it has an Elvis impersonator that's coming out of the crossroads and a bunch of other crazies. That sounds fun. He has had 2 years to file the form. I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Retha, good to see you. That's why I don't see them there. Can you something say from me? Thanks. I don't retype that, Retha. I'm not sure what you're saying. And can you understand? Hey, Vicky. I saw that trial. The poor boy thought he would be with Pamela Smart. We're totally going to watch that, Vicky. Oh, I'm sorry, Retha. BJ places burden on her subs. It makes them feel responsible if BJ has had a bad day. That's a high cost, right? Hey, Vera. I've been out of the loop lately. What's going on? Just drama, awful drama, Vera. Not the fun kind of drama, the soul crushing kind of drama. Thank you, Retha. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that was very nice of you, Sammy's girl. Mischief all around. Okay, so M Monk says, according to Social Blade, I have not lost any subs. Thank you, Monk, for looking. For some reason, my computer's doing, occasionally it does this weird thing where when I try to type anything into the address bar, it opens up like a communication field, and I'm just like stuck. So I have to shut everything down and restart it, and then it corrects it. So thank you, Munt, for looking. I appreciate that. Say it ain't so. Threatening Jules, Vera, it's silly. It's not even crazy stuff. It's very boring stuff, actually. My love and heart are better today. I'm great. Threats are ugly. Yeah, threats are ugly and they are illegal. That is true. I absolutely agree with you on that. We want to unwind at the end of the day. 100%. Yeah, I don't want this. This is communication with the world. This is friendship and just hanging out and being relaxed, right? And when the drama gets fired up, it's bad. It's a bad thing. It's not good for anyone. It's not good for anyone. According to Playboard, none unsubscribed. I think someone was lying. You're kidding, right? Audacity, her lie? I'm shocked. No. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Audacity, why don't you check and see if she has lost any subscribers on her 2 channels? Maybe she's just having a discussion about me because she doesn't want any attention on her channel. I mean, I don't know why she's even discussing me. I'm a nobody. There's no reason to be talking about me and trying to get herself in trouble. The whole thing is very silly. Very, very silly. Retha's hunt and peck finger is not doing well today. Is it sore, Retha? Have you been typing a lot? Oh yeah, Daisy Duke is, yeah. Everybody knows about Daisy Duke. Really happy to hear that you're doing better today, Retha. Retha, you should not be feeling unhappy. You should be doing good. I'm sorry for whatever's bothering you. She is, LA. Yeah. Yep. All right. So I don't know if there's anything to, it's 10 o'clock. I do have to work tomorrow. You hear that, BJ? I got to work tomorrow. Some of us have real jobs, Craig. Can you imagine that? You ought to try that instead of trying to think about who you can sue and steal from them. You ought to just go get a job and quit terrorizing people online, for goodness sake. Just be nice, for God's sake. Enough's enough, man. Oh, sure, boxers. According to Playboard, she lost around 800 on her main and 600 on her backup since the news of the RO came out. Wow, that hurts. That's too bad. And, it's bad. Bad. All right. Because my computer is frozen, so I can't do anything. So I need to end the live so I can restart my computer. I was trying to think if I know when I'm free tomorrow. Maybe it's still up. Hold on. Yeah, I'll be free at lunch. No, at 1 o'clock. So at 1 o'clock tomorrow, sometime after 1 o'clock. It may not be exactly 1, but sometime after 1, I'll come back for those of us that want to. I would think that would be fun to watch that movie about Pamela Smart. I think that would be something relaxing to do. Thank you for being here, boxers. I appreciate that. Yeah, Reese's a nice person. All right, everybody. Just because I think that a nice upbeat little tune helps clear the bad air, makes everybody feel good, we're going to leave with a nice, happy little tune. All right. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Bye.
Woke up at dawn with the pelicans in flight. Coffee brewing strong by dawn's early light. Waves whisper secrets to my open heart. The life around this water gets me off to a great start. Parrots wild, squawking loud in the old palm tree.
And thank you again, Sammy's girl. I appreciate so much. 53. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Living a pursuit of peace, family ties, and the happiness we seek. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials, we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. Living each moment, giving truth from the heart. No deceptions woven, no false starts. Goes like a front porch, swaying in the ocean breeze. Watching the sunset fade away with pink and blue ease. Teach the young ones right from wrong with care. Hold them close when the world's unfair. In this Gulf Coast life, we find our way. this humble light, for the flag that waves and the grace from above, filling our hearts with endless love. No riches compared to the peace we found in the tides we ride.